Echo 3-1, Viper 1-1 on approach, ready for tasking. What's your position?
Roger, 7-1. Target acquired. Weapons free in 5 seconds.
There we go. And good evening, peeps. If you are joining me, thank you very much for joining. We were having some slight internet issues earlier on tonight. There were some buggies running around and lying around and that sort of thing. So hopefully everything is okay on your end now. And if you could please let me know in the stream if you are watching, where everything is nice and audible and you can hear me properly and see me properly and that sort of thing. I think Sika is manning the stream for us on the chat side. She's unfortunately not able to join me tonight. But Sika, if you could let me know whether everything sounds good and looks good there, I would really appreciate that. But guys, if you are joining me tonight, then of course you are joining me for the weekly recap show. And yeah, it was an exciting week to say the least. Of course, this week that has passed has been seeding week, and some really interesting games happened. Of course, seeding week is set up specifically to be difficult, right? It was set up as a TDM, 5 minutes a game, and there were 3 games, and then of course maximum scoring ranked the teams, and there were some very interesting games that I saw there during the week. Now, of course, that's not how every league match will be. League matches are set up, of course, slightly differently, and of course this season we have in total 14 weeks of play. So the first 7 weeks will be played on domination, and then we will have the break week or the transfer week that will allow teams to bring some new players on board. And then the latter 7 weeks, that is of course then played on Hardpoint. So it's going to be very interesting, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So guys, while you are watching the stream with me and listening to me I almost want to say be boring a little bit because I don't have my regular co-host with me. Also remember to check the chat. Sika will be in the chat there tonight. There were some audio issues that we couldn't sort out last minute, so she's manning the chat there. So I'm all by my lonesomes. So bear with me. Now, before we get into the divisions, of course, I think as I said to you guys in the beginning, I mean, we've just passed seeding week, and that was super exciting. And if you are joining me tonight, you are literally joining me for what we call the 0 hour show. So that is the recap show before the first week of play, and of course play kicks off tomorrow. Now, play week, for those of you who have been following the league or do not know, play week is Monday to Thursday, and of course games can be scheduled anytime from a Monday to a Thursday, and that is regarded as play week. Of course, tomorrow play week kicks off. Now tonight, unfortunately, we provided the teams with the schedules only on Friday, so there are still some games outstanding to be played this week. To be scheduled, actually, sorry, to be played this week. So we will not be showing you the schedules of the games that are scheduled already for this week, but what I will do tonight is I will actually show you where to find those, and we'll go a little bit onto the website because I get a lot of questions, well, actually not just me, also the League Masters get a lot of questions every week. And some of these questions can be answered by where the information can be found on the website. So we will go through that very quickly towards the end of the show as well. So if you are interested to see what that looks like and where you can find the information on the league during the season, then stick with me after that. And the third topic that we'll cover tonight very quickly as well is also the score reporting, and that's of course for the teams that participate. And there's some information that I think every team needs to know about score reporting, and we will go through that a little bit as well. And the main reason, of course, for that is what we are bringing to season 3 is as you guys probably know by now, is player individual stats recording, and that is pretty much capturing the stats for the season and actually for Clan Wars season 3 specifically. So of course those stats that we will capture per player will have nothing to do with the normal sort of stats application that you have that you can find. This will be specific to the season, and it gives us a very good idea when it comes to a wartime who those awards need to go to on a player individual level. But that was a bit of a mouthful, I guess, considering by myself as well. Actually missing my co-host a little bit, and luckily she is typing away in the chat over there. I can see there's some stuff going on there, and some interesting comments coming through already. So maybe just a couple of shout outs for some guys on the stream who have joined already. We had Andre the Great here, who was here probably since 5 o'clock. So Andre was there. We have the Bartman, we have Gemini Batman who joined us as well. The guys from Pink Gaming joined us. We have Corney Winkle there. We have Wandia, how's it Wand? What's up? We've got Little Green Monster there. Of course, Seekers in the chat as well. Black Sailor Ranger. We've got Berserker here, and then of course I assume a couple of lurkers. Oh, Lloyd's here as well. Hello Lloyd, all good to be here. Right, so guys, we're going to get on to what those divisions look like, and that is of course now the divisions after seeding week, and this is the official divisions as they stand, and that will start play next week. So let's start with Division 1. And again, without my co-host here, I hope she corrects me in the chat. If I get someone wrong, I'm going to do my best not to. So your Division 1 teams, we did confirm this in last week's show, but we're just going to go through all of them again. We have right up there, and this is of course in alphabetical order at the moment. They are CPR, Cross-Platform Rejects. We have Evil. We have the team of GSE, Gunslingers Elite. We have Phoenix there. That's of course the Warriors team. We've got RMZA, Rebel Mafia, ZA, and that is the Venom team. We have UB, Untamed Beasts, and then of course we have VDT, which is Vendetta Gaming. That is Division 1. If we look at Division 2, we have Bob, Brotherhood of Beasts. We have Dark Divine Alpha. We have First to Obliterate, that's F2O Gaming. We have Gig there, who is now just Gig, and I still refer to them as Gig 797 some days. That's of course Green is Good. We have Gunslinger Girls there. We have LLG, which is Lifeline Gaming. We have Motion there as well. And then, of course, we have PAT, which is Project Alpha Tarkmach. And that is your Division 2 teams. Division 3 teams, we have 4QM8 there. We have Dark Divine Bravo. We have Divine Gaming. And that is, of course, the Dragon team or the Draco team. We have Fire with Fire Alpha. We have Project Beta Tarkmach. We have RMZA, Rebel Mafia ZA, and that is of course the Reapers team. And then we have Blah, and that is Blah's first team there in Division 3. So now getting on to the divisions that play during seeding week, and these are the divisions as they have been finalized after seeding week. Again, they are in alphabetical order on this list, and in Division 4. Now, this is where I might get a few wrong because, of course, I don't know these teams so well. But we have the team there of C7, also known as Cloudy. We then have the team of Fear. We have FTWK. We have the team of Pink. We have TNT, that is the Notorious Thugs. And I think that is the Amuba team. We have the team of Toxic. We have Blur's second team. And then, of course, we have Invasion Gaming. So that is Division 4. Your Division 5, they are the team of Boar. Then we have B1 Gaming. We have the team of Falcons. That's FLCN Gaming. So that's Falcons Gaming. We have the team of Negs. We have the second team of Phoenix there. And I think that is Phantoms, if I'm correct. The Phoenix Phantoms. Then we have the team of PWPK, which I know everyone is having a giggle at because that's never going to come out in stream on what that abbreviation means. We have the team of TOGC, the Original Gentlemen's Club, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, we have the team of Zion. So that is your Division 5 teams. Moving on then to Division 6. For Division 6, we have the team there of 4Q2. We have Divine Gaming, and that is the Viserion team, if I remember correctly. We have Fire with Fire Bravo, that is FWF's second team. We have the Monkeys in there, which is Monkey See, Monkey Kill. We have the guys of OLG, who is Outlaw Gaming. Then we have, of course, the team there, another team of TNT, the Notorious Thugs, and that is the Osiris team that is in there. And then, of course, we have Zold. So I was told that I didn't pronounce the name correctly the previous time. I don't know how I pronounced it actually, but Zold is easier to pronounce if you see the picture of the guy holding a Zol, so I guess. So that is Zold is in there, and that is your Division 6 teams. And then moving on to the last division, which is the Division 7 team, and that is of course Division 7 teams, and starting at the top there you have CTK, then you have DDGA, which is the Devils Gaming, Digital Devils, there we go, Digital Devils Gaming. They are in there at the second spot. Then we have the team of PDT, who is Predators. They are followed by Rex, or the Rise of the Expendables. Then we have SDS there, and this is a difficult one. I think this is Sicario Death Squad, if I remember correctly. We have TTL, which is the Lords of Latency. And then, of course, we have the last team there, which is TNTR, and I think that is TNT Regicide, and that is the team of the Notorious Thugs Regicide. So all in all, guys, that is 52 teams, and they are now spread across the 7 divisions, and of course play will start next week. Now on average, some weeks it's 1 less, some weeks it's 2 more, but on average there's about 25 games a week that is going to be played across the 7 divisions. So it is quite a few games. Now, because of that, it means also that there's a lot of information that needs to be found. And before I move on and talk about some of the new additions that we are bringing to season 3, what I would like to do is at least show you guys where you can find some of this information. So for that, we're going to move over to the website, and the website you guys can of course find on www.bfclanwars.net, and that is where you will find the website. And I'm going to show you very, very quickly where you are able to find most, if not all, of the information that is available on the league for you guys as well. So we've put quite a lot of work into the website, guys, so if you would like, please go and use that. It is like I said, I mean, we've put a lot of work into it to make sure that you guys can find the information when you need to. And if you look at the website, the menu items that you are looking at is primarily this one over here called Leagues and Tournaments. And what you're going to be looking for is the Call of Duty menu item, and of course the menu item then for Season 3. Now there's quite a few tabs underneath that that you can use or are able to use. And I'm not going to go through each and every one, but I would like to show you guys just a little bit where you can find different sorts of information. And I think at the top, starting over here, you can see that the first one there is Season 3 teams. Now, basically what that means is if you are looking for a specific team or want to follow a team, or you need information about a specific team, you're going to go to that menu item over there. What you will find on the page when you click it is a list of all the teams that are playing in Season 3. And when you click on a particular team, all their logos are displayed there. If you click on a logo, then you can find information on the team in terms of who's the players that's playing in the team, what division they're playing in, what their divisional standing is, and a whole host of things. So you can go and check that out. Now the next one I'm not going to spend too much time on, but that is of course the rule set, the rule sets that are available. And of course this season, because we're playing 2 different game modes in terms of playing domination as well as hardpoint. Again, domination for the first 7 weeks, and then we have the trading week, and then of course the latter 7 weeks we will have hardpoint. We have both rule sets there, and then of course the score reporting guidelines is also available under rule sets, and you guys can go and have a look at where that is available. Then the divisional tables that you just saw, that's where you can find them, Season 3 divisions. So if you click on that tab, you will find the divisional tables, the ones that we just saw now. And of course, that is also where the divisional scoring is reported. So every week you can check out the league tables in terms of the scores of the games added to that table for the previous week. And that will rank teams according to their available score of how they are progressing throughout the league over the next 14 weeks. Now, the two tabs that I do want to talk about, which is two new tabs. The first one over here is a tab that is called Event List. And as I said, tonight we are not going to highlight for you what games will be played next week, because not all of them have been scheduled as yet. We're still waiting for one or two to be scheduled. But what you guys can do is, if you go to the website and you do click on Event List, you will see all the games for the next week that are going to be played. So this is normally updated when we do the Sunday recap show on a Sunday night, which means that all the games then for the next play week is available under the tab Event List, and you guys can go and check it out there. I will click on it at the end just to show you what it looks like. Not going to click on it now. Just want to talk about the results tab as well. So there's two different kinds of ways that you can view games. One is games that are scheduled, which you view under the events list. And then, of course, once a game gets played, there's results recorded, and those results will be under the results tab. So effectively, under events, you will see games that still need to be played, and under results, you will see games that have already been played. That's basically the breakdown of it, and it makes it a little bit easier for you guys to actually go and find that information. Now, again, for a third time, I'm not going to call out the events tonight that are scheduled for next week already, but what I will do is I'm going to click on Event List just to show you guys what it does look like. It might take a second to load here on my side, because I am doing it via a proxy browser so that I can pull it into the stream for you. And you guys can see that is the way the event list will look. So basically what you will have is at the top left hand side over here, you will have the date at which that event is scheduled for. You will have a little countdown timer to tell you in exactly how long that game is bound to kick off, and that is of course based on the times that the teams give us. And you will have the two teams that are going to play. Now on the results side, once this becomes a result, on the results it will actually reflect the score for you, so you can pretty much see each game and track each game. But you will see there's a whole list of games that have already been scheduled, and again, not all of them are there, so I'm not going to read through all of them. You guys are more than welcome to go and check them out on the website. They are all scheduled, or the ones that are scheduled already are all appearing there already. But this is of course how it will look, and it will show you which games are happening and when they are happening. Also for the guys that are viewers out there, that's quite nice, because you can sort of plan, right? If you have some time available to yourself when you can watch a game, or if you're wanting to see two particular teams, you can go and see exactly when they will be playing. Now, of course, both on this screen, the event screen, as well as on the results screen, you are then able to actually click onto a particular event to get more detail about it. And again, guys, you have to give me a few seconds here, because it is loading through a proxy browser. But for example, okay, now again, there's not a lot of detail here because this is a scheduled game. It hasn't been played yet. But once the game is played, all the results and everything around the game, so all information, map scores, total scores of every map and so on, is captured on this screen. So you can actually go and click directly into the detail of the game, and it will show you all the information available on that game. So right now it looks like Cloudy will be playing Toxic at 8 o'clock on the 19th, and that is, I think, Tuesday. So that looks like that is the first scheduled game for this week. Coming is on Tuesday this week. So there we go, guys. Very quickly, just an overview on where you can get some information on the website. Then one other thing that I would just like to point out, from next week, what we would like to try and do with the recap show is also, give guys opportunities to submit, some cool clips of the week, because we would like to bring in a section again called Clip of the Week. And actually we call it something very specifically. We call it our Vote EFF portion of the stream. Now, I know that sounds interesting, and of course we do not promote any particular political party, because EFF in our case actually stands for everyone's fan favorite. So that is what we are trying to do. Now, if you are wondering where you can submit these clips, is if you go under your profile section. So once you register on the website, and you hover over profile and you go right down here to everyone's fan favorite, you will see that you can do something called EFF submission. So if there is a clip that you would like to submit to be taken into account for the Sunday recap show, that is where you submit that clip. So if you click on there, it will give you a submit option and you can submit us a link. And of course we can't show all the clips that we get, but if you do have a cool clip and you want it to end up on the Sunday recap show, that is where you will be able to do it. So again, that's under your profile section. There's a section called everyone's fan favorite and it's called EFF submission. And hopefully if you guys submit us one or two cool clips, then well, some of them might end up on the recap show, right? And that will be really, really cool to see. So there we go, guys. That's pretty much around the website and where you can find some of this information. I did think it was important to highlight that to you as well. As I said, not only myself and Seeker, but the League Masters also get a huge amount of questions every week, and sometimes it's the same questions every week, but just from different people. And a lot of this information is already available. Like I said, we try to do some good work on the website so that everybody that partakes in the league has the ability to go and find some of that information, hopefully easily and very quickly. So perhaps that will assist you guys as well. Now, the very last thing that I would like to cover tonight is just a little bit around what we are doing around capturing of stats. And again, from my side, thank you very much to Mr. Black Sader Ranger, who is our league master. Who is our stats master, apologies. And he will be in charge of getting those player individual stats onto the website on a weekly basis. And he's, of course, assisted by Vincent. Or Chaos Artist, as many people know him. He will be assisted by Vincent there in terms of getting those stats in there. And there's just a couple of things that I think are important around the way that those stats are captured. I think before I move on, while I am thanking people, I think I definitely do need to thank our 3 league masters as well. That's of course Little Green Monster, Motion, and Rox, Homegirl. Who is the 3 league masters that's assisting us with setting up all of the games and chatting to the teams and making sure everybody feels comfortable and know what they're doing and that sort of stuff. So also thank you very much to those guys. And now, unfortunately, I've gone off the website, but I could have shown you where to see the About Us section. That is under Home, under About Us, and you guys can go and read a little bit about the league masters and who they are and what they're up to as well, if you are interested. And but from my side, thank you very much to those guys, actually the entire team, who's really doing a good job at this point, I think, in trying to bring you guys something really, really cool. Now, I wanted to talk about the stats now, but now I suddenly remembered, actually I'm lying, I did not remember. I got a side message here from Seeker saying, hey, there was a vote. So I've got to probably talk about that as well. As you guys know, yesterday we had a couple of team captains and a couple of guys coming to us and saying, hey, listen, well, actually it was some streamers as well. And they said to us, listen, we're slightly worried about the fact that you guys are allowing smoke. How is that going to influence the streaming? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be, are we going to be able to see and that sort of stuff? So we put the question to the teams, to the captains group, and we asked them to vote on whether they actually do want smoke in the competition, yes or no. We don't do that often because obviously we set the rules right in the beginning before the competition starts, but every now and again, because we are a community-based league, it does allow us the flexibility to actually do that and, go to the people that are playing in the competition and say, hey, listen, this is a situation that has come up. What do you guys think? And there was a vote, and as it stands, there was a majority vote for smoke to be kept in the game. So we did actually have that originally in the rules, and that will not change. Smoke will be in the rules as it is at the moment. The majority vote did go towards keeping it in there. So there we go, Seeker. I gave everybody feedback on the stream as well. So that rule will stay for the moment. So let's talk about stats. So what is player individual stats? I'm putting up an example on the screen there for you, and if you are looking at that now, that is what player individual stats will look like. And that is the test stats that we did during Season 2 on the Team of Evil. Now, if you guys are wondering where you can find this on the website, if you recall, I told you where to find the Season 3 teams. So if you go to the Season 3 Teams tab and you click on your favorite team or the team that you are interested in or whatever may be the case, at the bottom of that team page, you will find the team rosters, and on the roster, you will see the updated player individual stats after every week. So I know that Black Sader Ranger said to me that he's going to try and update these after every individual game. I do think, though, with 25 games a week, it's a bit of a task. So we do allow for the update to happen before the recap show on a Sunday. So you guys can, on a Sunday night, kick your shoes off, open the laptop, go on to www.bfclanwars.net and go and look at some of the interesting things that are there, because by then, after the recap show, everything should be updated: the player individual stats, the league tables, the scores, and so on. So hopefully that information will come in handy for you guys. But to submit these player individual stats, it is very important that the correct screenshots be submitted. And again, this is of course only for the players, so if you are just following the league, this might not make sense to you at all, but just bear with me for the next 3 minutes. And there is a right screen and a wrong screen to submit to the League Masters. And what I'm going to show you first is the correct screen. Now, the correct screen is, of course, the one at the end of the game. After the game is finished, then you have a re-look at what the score looks like. That is the one that contains, of course, your kills as well as your deaths and the score. So all three of those need to be clearly visible so that the guys can actually make sure that it gets captured onto the website. Now, in the same voice, what does a wrong screen look like? This is the wrong one, right? So if you guys send this one, it will not be accepted because, of course, it only contains kills. It doesn't show deaths, and the information that we need to actually capture onto the website is not there. So please do not submit this one. This is the incorrect one. Please submit this one, which is the correct one. So there we go. So what have we talked about tonight? We've talked about the divisions. We've told you guys about seeding week and how that worked out, and I think that was really, really interesting. I am very, very much looking forward to what this week is going to be delivering. Hopefully I will also get to stream maybe 1 or 2 of these games, depending on availability and when they are scheduled, but I'm also looking forward to that. We talked a little about website and the website navigation. That's of course www.bfclanwars.net, and how you guys can navigate to find information around the league and around the season. And of course on those tabs is also where you can find the games that are being scheduled for this coming week. So hopefully you guys will go and check that out. Then of course next week we will be showing that in terms of the results as well, right? So the results that came out of this week, and how the teams stacked up against each other this week. Then we also talked about EFF, which is everyone's fan favorite. If you guys have some clips that you would like us to submit, or that you would like to submit, that could potentially end up on the Sunday recap show, we talked about where to find that, and that was of course also under the website section there. And then lastly, we talked about the player submission, or the score submission for player individual stats. And again, there is a right way and a wrong way. And if you missed the right way, please go back on this video and check it out. Alternatively, those same guidelines are available on the website as well under the rules section. It's not so much fun doing this alone, eh? I missed it, the talking back to me. But hopefully we'll get that sound issue sorted out this week as well, so that I will have my regular stream buddy back with me when we are doing a game stream. But guys, for tonight, I think that is what we had, and that was indeed a mouthful. As you guys know, we try and keep you not too long for a recap show on a Sunday night. As I said, hopefully I'll be able to stream maybe 1 or 2 games this week for the games that are coming out. But keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page. That's, of course, Call of Duty ZA. Most of the guys who are doing streams, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube, are placing the links over there for everybody's enjoyment. Please also go out and support these streamers, guys. We obviously don't just try to promote the game as much as we can and promote teams as much as we can, but we also do our best to promote any local talent when it comes to streaming and streaming capabilities and that sort of stuff as well. So please go out and do support the streamers that are taking pretty much their own time to bring you guys some of these games. And from my side, at least, thank you very much to those guys as well. Then maybe just the last point, if you are an aspiring streamer and you are interested to do some of that streaming, there is a group where we have all these streamers in one group, and we sort of give tips and we share logos and artwork and all sorts of things that can be used. If you are in that group, great. If you are not, then please get in touch with Seeker. That's nseeker707, and she is running that streaming group and making sure that all the information is there and that everybody has the required information to be able to do that. So if you are an aspiring streamer and you would also like to get into streaming, please make contact with us, and we can see how we can support you also. There we go. Throat dry and lots of topics covered. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for season 3. That will be kicking off tomorrow, although again, as per the schedule, it looks like the first game is scheduled for Tuesday night, unless of course somebody in the last minute comes and schedules one for tomorrow night. I'm hoping so, because I don't really have anything to watch tomorrow night. Guys, again, thank you very much if you have joined me. You have joined me for the recap show for 0 Hour. And if you're already subscribed to this stream, that's absolutely great. You are super cool. If you are not subscribed to this stream, you are less cool, but I still like you. But you can become super cool by hitting that subscribe button. Also hit your bell to get your notifications whenever we go online. And of course, if you like what we are doing, remember to give us a like on this video. Some positive feedback is always appreciated. But for tonight, I think that is what we had, and hopefully we shared some good information with you that is usable and that you can use, and looking forward to seeing you guys on some game stream during the week. If you can't make the game streams, remember, next week Sunday, we have a recap show every Sunday. Come join us then. I'm Yakuza for Battle Bros. See you on the... Ooh, did I almost say see you on the battlefield? I did! Which is of course not what I meant. I'm Yakuza for Battle Bros. Leave no one standing.